You're listening to Delaware Public Media. I'm your host, Karl Malgiero, and I'm sitting with our freelance reporter, Rob Kalesse, who's covering the 2015 Firefly Festival for our station. Rob, how are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing great. Both of us were here with the hip-hop trio Cypher Clique. They formed in 2007. They released countless mixtapes, and they've had a few well-produced videos out there as well. And now they appear to be setting their sights a little higher, and Rob and myself are here to see how the future's shaping up for the three Dover boys. Rob, give it a go.
Thanks, Carl. Hey, guys. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Doing pretty good.
Thanks for coming in tonight.
No problem.
We're here with, as Carl mentioned, Mike Anthony, Relay, and D Major of Cypher Clique, Dover's own. I believe the first Dover act to be featured at Firefly, where Dover takes place, so that's kind of cool.
Yes.
Congratulations on being selected, first of all.
Appreciate
just want to kind
that.
of get your opinions on, how you found out, and were you surprised or shocked at all, and what you look forward to most about playing Firefly.
Well, definitely. I've been trying to get us on the bill for like about 3 years. And one day in like January, Miss Christine, she runs Firefly. She contacted me and asked if our group was interested in opening up. So I said sure. So we set it up and had to keep it on hold for a while. And once the lineup was released, we pretty much put it out there, and it's been positive ever since.
Cool, excellent. So Cypher Clique, that's a very distinct name for a group, and I think a lot of our listeners might not know that Cypher, if I'm correct, refers to a cyclical sort of freestyling or rapping, where members of the group kind of take turns one after another. I'm right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
right.
Okay, so can you explain kind of why you chose that name, Cypher Clique, and just kind of let our listeners know where that came from?
We're pretty much Cypher. We all love to rap, so that stuck there. And Clique is pretty much a group of people
Tell the truth.
all together. That's pretty much
The
it.
truth is,
Okay, the truth.
when we formed, like the day we formed, we didn't even know we were a group. It was like 8 of us in the basement hanging out, rapping, definitely rapping, freestyling, all that.
Right.
Next time we come back, we have a whole group name, and like, he's like pick your rap name. I'm like, sheesh, I didn't know. Like, we had no idea it was him. He's the mastermind. He's like the originator of the whole thing, because Jamal Relay was rapping first for all of us. So like, he basically formed the group. Like, cool, I could probably stop writing 3 verses on tracks now because there's 8 of us. So
Okay.
Nice.
So you said there were 8 of you. How long was that? 8 was that group of 8 together? When did you guys narrow down to 3?
Like 2009.
2009. Okay, so you got started in 2009 or 2000?
2007, but we were in high school, so by
Okay.
the time 2009, that's the year me and him graduated from high school. By then, people were going their separate ways. We had somebody that got a scholarship to play football. A couple cats did the wrong things. So
Right.
You know how that is.
Yeah,
Everybody just split.
Life.
Yeah, life.
Yeah,
It's
right,
like,
exactly.
Life happened.
Who still
Right.
wants to do this?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we were still here at the end of that.
Okay, so you guys were in high school in 2007.
Yeah.
Okay, so now as I'm listening to your music over the last few weeks, I've noticed that your sound is really reminiscent of late 80s, early 90s alternative hip hop, in particular to that of A Tribe Called Quest, which coincidentally is another innovative trio, and you guys included a sample from one of their songs on Hop To It.
Yeah.
What is it about their music? I mean, I don't even know if you guys were alive in the late 80s or early 90s when they were doing their music.
He was one.
Okay, well, there you go. So you were kids. So I'm curious, like, when did you get exposed to that music, and what is it about that era that is attractive to you that you guys have used it a good amount in a lot of your music?
Well, like I produced the song "Hop to It."
Okay.
I know it's from their song "The Hop" from their 3rd album, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah,
Beats, Rhymes, and
Life.
Okay, Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Okay.
I like that song, but I think that's where we shine the most on those type of smooth riding. Like you could ride the beat pretty well to it.
Okay.
That's where we all perform well. But we're very versatile. It's not. That's not like the only thing we do.
I personally hate the box word.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
personally.
All right, fair
Because
enough.
I agree with what he said. Like, if we get on like a 90s beat, say we were at a station or something, anything that sounded like something before 97, we were gonna sound excellent on it. But like it's put us in a box in many situations where it's just like, oh, you guys are the old school group. Like, we've gone to shows performing for like who, like somebody like Meek Mill. It's like somebody real new and know, hey, this is the old school group. Like, oh man.
So you kind of got almost like labeled as the old school.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
we carry it. We don't represent it, but we take the label. It's not a bad label.
Right.
Well, you guys do look like you have fun in your videos, and
Oh,
that
yeah.
there was kind of something to that Souls of Mischief, Camp Low,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
like
The
Tribe
essence,
Called
the
Quest.
hip-hop, yeah.
It was like that
vibe.
vibe where it was like everybody, like, you feel like it's summer and they're coming out onto the blocks and they're gonna
Exactly.
and you hear the music in the background, but every day is happening. It's like a Norman Rockwell painting.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Carl, before we got on the air, you were talking about mixtapes and kind of like the evolution of rap groups and groups in general just being able to build their brand on mixtapes in high school.
Definitely modern wise, it's like now. Is that something that you guys have decided to actively like
Pursue.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I'd almost say we're done with it because our next project, Love the Universe, June 23rd, coming out.
iTunes.
iTunes.
Right.
We're going straight through iTunes, Spotify. We're going.
Well, I haven't put out the CD anymore,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is the point of the mixtape.
Exactly.
It's you put out a downloadable content that people can just
and it's just there.
and it's
Purchase anytime.
it's raw. And I know it's basically like stand-up comedians are going out to little clubs to work on their material. The mixtapes, what you guys are working on material and
Exactly.
refining it.
Yeah, we got the home studio. We've had the home studio. At this point, we've recorded in the same spot for the last 7 years.
7 years.
So like we've grown the studio, like the mic, the Mac,
Subwoofer, yeah, all that.
the
Yeah.
amount of like
Mixing and
money
everything.
and all that. Yeah.
And then just realizing like a better piece of equipment, like this is a $500 compressor as opposed to like a $100 compressor.
Yeah.
We might get a little bit better quality out of it. Yeah.
So that's my favorite part of the years. Cause I remember at one point just being like, man, we can rap, but we just don't sound professional at all. Like as far as the quality, I just remember like, and I thought it was the mic. I thought, let's get the most expensive mic we can find.
It's down to the mixing and
it's
everything.
Down to
so.
the mixing and all that. Shout out to those guys for doing all that.
But that's and then you can work out your kinks through the mixtapes. And I noticed that a lot of up and coming, well, not even up and comers anymore, but a lot of the big younger names in hip hop, the Kendrick Lamar's and Whale and B.O.B. and Wiz Khalifa, all these guys, like they pretty much got their names built
Exactly.
from the
The
mixtapes.
mixtapes. I
Source
honestly-
was like, oh, the young up and coming.
Yep.
That's true.
I honestly think it started with Lil Wayne back in the mid 2000s. He was really the guy. He was like, oh man, he's rapping over other people's beats better than them, and it's free. We don't even have to buy these songs. So that's around the same time we got into the game. I remember putting songs on Dat Piff, getting like 10 downloads, feeling like, oh, this is great. They can get our music for free.
That's nice. Like being
yeah.
like fans like that, being like, look, these guys put out, 3 mixtapes worth of free
Exactly.
stuff.
So when the time
I'll go
comes,
pay $5 to
yeah,
go see them.
Exactly. When the time comes for them to put up a little money, whether it be a show or like a single, iTunes single or something, usually they're cool with that because you've given them 30 free songs.
Might as well just like buy one and support.
Exactly.
So June 23rd, that's when the project Love the Universe comes out.
That's awesome. This is a full length.
Yeah, we're looking at around probably like 10 to 14 tracks.
Yeah.
We're like the final process of getting that done right now. Cool. And honestly, we're trying to hit the billboards with it, like the charts. We only need like 500 copies. I'm not a numbers guy, and this is our first time going out with a full length on iTunes. So we'll see what we do. We'll see what happens. But we definitely, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
We weren't supposed to be on Firefly either. I love the
bad.
drum solos. They sound wonderful live.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell them how you feel. Karl.
CYP.
Come
CYP.
on. Hey. Shout out to my hitters who be on the grind trying to gather up the figures. Top level spitter, cause I roll with the best crew. You moving less miles like you coaching LSU. They spot who we are from the door that we step through. Cutting up the track like we going through med school. Word. What they talking about saying that it's their time. No boarding pass neither, but you know our airlines can't compare grinds. I'm not an amateur. Fly to Canada, we never had a manager. Yo, they focus on the fashion but got no rhymes. Resort to throwing shade and I ain't talking clotheslines. Performing ATL, which means we getting more shine. We coming for your neck, kinda like a clothesline. Clothesline, double entendre. This boy is a monster. Wreck the game, no contras. Major.
We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down. We got the hits to make you go down.
Lethal Weapon, Danny Glover, I'm a legend. Knew I beat a man by 21 when I was 7. I knew I beat a man cause other brothers looking hesitant. The only local rapper that be holding down your resident. I ain't the president, I ain't got a record deal. With hitters on my stick and pretty women steady checking still. You know the record ill. It gets sicker, let a dude get a Swiss or a cup of the liquor. I'm a liquor store mascot. If the hash shot, then your girlfriend. You haven't been scared to talk to the chicks though. I just the cold scared hit it with his old bro. Yeah,
I was
When I was piss poor, I got a cook, but a buck gotta get more.
It's grind time with them dudes ain't about that. Rather chill with flaky ass guys at the
Outback. Come on, we got the hits to make it go down. We got the hits to make it go down. We got the hits to make you go
down.
We got the hits to make you go
down.
We got the hits to make you go
down.
We got the hits to make you go
down.
We got the hits to make it go
down.
We got the hits to make
And my nice certainly,
Hey.
that's why your dame heard of me.
Hey.
Known for putting verbs to beats in exchange for currency. And I hold my ground, close fist, it'll
Hey.
slur your
Come
speech.
on.
I don't Bible, I leave you lying, call it perjury. Gotta keep it chill so the bills put my nerves at
Come on.
ease. Money on the mantle, gave a damn about the birds and bees.
Yeah.
Patience is the virtue, batter up. It's my turn, you see,
Come
so
on.
tell your squad to wait a minute while I do
Go.
the serving G.
Go.
Since you such a
Hey.
baller, here's a way to cease your pivoting. 30 out the 40, now you'll be a senior citizen. That's where females too, no exception. Forget the small talk, I'm at your door like collections.
Come on.
Dancing little suckers, no, you'll never see me bumping.
That's
Grind,
right.
slipping pills in your drink, that's how I do my dirty wine.
Wine.
You all frontin' beef, go ahead and call something, cause I got that ox by my side.
Call
me
it Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
Cypher Clique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody.
Holding us down.
Love the universe.
June 23rd,
Catch us at Firefly, June 18th.
5:30.
Be there.
Or be square. Like waffles.
All right.